Okay. It's shaking. Okay, so let's try and diagnose this. So we have a T20. Gotta take these guys out. Those little guys there. Now these here, you have to push in, push down, and pull out. That's one. Next one, in, down, out. No, I didn't get that one. Sometimes it's easier with a screwdriver. Only got one. 2. 3. 4. There we go. Alright, now we can just move this out of the way. And now we gotta pry these things off. There's actually a tool for this, so I don't have that. So I just stick my fingers in the socket and pry it up. That came out extremely easy. They are not normally that easy. So that's 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this one's been changed. They're all OEM, but this one's been changed. Now we need an extension, a 5/8 spark plug socket, all the way down there. Now we just want to crack these loose. Oh, that is disgusting feeling. Oh, we got a fair amount of carbon deposit on there. See, it just kind of comes right off. Not a lot of buildup in threads, a little bit of rust starting on the edge, so we'll probably put anti-seize on these. Oh, they're OEM plugs, so these have very likely never been changed before. Oh, that is just disgusting. That feels like it's gonna break. Oh, it's not too bad. Still a lot of carbon. So, that's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Still a fair amount of carbon. This one's actually kind of chunky. I think it's getting worse. And that spark plug wasn't even tight. So the Misfire actually could have been a compression issue because that was so loose. That spark plug is wet. Very wet. So I'm going to assume it was a compression issue because the spark plug wasn't tight. So fuel was actually escaping out of the cylinder through the spark plug. Anyway, So now you're putting spark plugs back in. You want to know where all of your tools are. And you want to get a 5/8 not spark plug socket, because that won't have the little rubber thing in it and it won't get stuck to your plug. So we'll take that out now so you don't forget it. We're going to grab the same copper anti-seize because of its heat resistant properties. We're going to take some seafoam. And we're just going to take a quick cap of this. Just shove it right down. Not too much. You don't want to hydro lock it, bend valves. Just enough that it'll sit on the top of those cylinders while we clean the plugs. Now, because I'm changing the plugs anyway, I don't care. This is a steel brush, steel wire brush. I highly recommend using brass. It won't damage anything on them. Steel will wear it out. And all we're doing is we're just cleaning the carbon off of the end of the plug so that it can make a better spark. That's it. That's all we're doing. That's one. So that was the cylinder. Now the next cylinder. I'm just using seafoam for everything. A good thing to use is also just plain gas, because gas acts as a cleaning agent. A lot of them actually have detergents in them, and direct injection engines have carbon buildup on the intake valves because the fuel is not going through the intake, cleaning carbon deposits off. So fuel is another good cleaner. Another way this can help is if they're all tight, but all the plugs are wet, and they're wet with oil, not gas. It's a good sign of blow-by past the piston rings. Another, I guess, quick fix, or get a few more miles out of it, is to move up in a weight of oil. It's not ideal for colder climates, but it does work. You learn a lot from your plugs. Now, normally you would take each plug and you'd put anti-seize on the threads, but I am taking these right back out because I'm changing the plugs. So now, thread them by hand, because this ensures that you're not cross-threading them. Now I have a feeling that those coil packs may also be a culprit, as one of them was changed, so someone was definitely trying to diagnose a misfire. Those are good. Now we can snug those up. Not too tight. Now, because of the seafoam in the cylinder, it is going to smoke on the startup, but that's expected. Now we can just pop these guys back on. It's oily. A lot of oil around the edge of this. I feel like this might be the culprit, but we're just going to send it anyway. Oh, get that in there, nice and deep like. There's this one. And next one, and this guy. Now we can clip this harness back in. Make sure to mind the tabs here. Definitely been in situations where they wouldn't go in because these tabs are getting stuck, and then my dumb ass tries to force it and I break the tab off, or you crack it. So let's see if it starts better. misfire is gone. So it's just that easy. This only took, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. It's definitely worth checking into. If you have a misfire on a specific cylinder, just clean your spark plugs. Be surprised how many times I've seen this. And it's something as little as that. And with all the years of working on Volkswagens, I still never found an easy way to remove these. There we go. So, now we can take these back out. Just in case I have to put them back. And you can see the haze from that first startup burning the seafoam off. Oh, now these come out much nicer. It freed up. Oh yeah. Also, seafoam works a lot better on a hot engine, so if you let your engine get temperature before you do this, kind of sucks trying to deal with extremely hot spark plugs, but seafoam does work a lot better that way. I don't know, I hope this helps. It's definitely saved me on the side of the road with my old GLI. That one had blow-by issues after the tune, because I drive like an asshole. There we go. It's dried up a little bit. There's not much actual. There's no carbon on it. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say here. It's a quick, easy fix, free. You don't even have to use seafoam. You could use gas. You could literally take a fuel injector off or the fuel line, spray some of it into a cup if you don't have any. Just don't use mixed fuel for obvious reasons. And remember to use a brass brush instead of a steel one like I was, because that can damage them over time and weaken the spark. So anyway, like I said, I hope this helps you out. Try and get some more fun out of your car. And like I was mentioning earlier, if your plugs are wet with oil, not gas on them, but oil, it'll be really filmy and kind of black. You can still do this by cleaning the spark plugs, but run a heavier weight oil. So for this one here, the factory oil is 10W30. I run 10W40 in all of them, Rotella T6, or 5W40, sorry, Rotella T6. Another thing that you could do is you could run, I'm not sure which Rotella it is, I can't remember, it's 15W40, you can mix that. So do half of your oil change with 5W40, half of it with 15W40, that'll thicken up the oil, but not to a point where it'll cause enough stress to damage anything in the engine. You'll still have the lubricity that you need for everything, but it'll be thicker oil where it won't be as promoted to blow by the piston rings that are damaged and worn. So that's another option, is you can clean the plugs, move up an oil weight. Don't just go for the thickest oil, like gear oil or something like that. You will just absolutely fucking destroy everything, and that would be absolutely mint. Don't do that. So, I don't know, just quick fixes. I just want to do skids, man. I don't want to put thousands into this fucking thing. Anyway, take it easy. Hope you enjoyed.